Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jordan Sharp. We're continuing our AFC North future odds coverage with the Cincinnati Bengals, who were one of the teams that were tagged as possibly one of the better and most improved teams coming into 2013. And their odds have been steadily dropping as to bigger favorites. And you see with the future odds right now, they stand at plus 4,000 to win the Super Bowl and plus 1,600 to win the AFC. Now, they had a lot of money to spend. However, they spent most of it kind of retaining the guys that they had on the roster. They really didn't go out and make many splashes in free agency as of yet. However, things can still change. I do think that they're pretty adequately priced in the Super Bowl odds. However, I do think they're a bit overvalued right now as it stands today in the overall AFC future odds at plus 1,600. I really feel like the Colts, the Chiefs, and the Chargers all have a little worse odds to win the Super Bowl and the AFC than the Cincinnati Bengals. However, at least one or maybe even more of those teams are going to finish with a better record or even beat the Cincinnati Bengals regularly. So I feel like they might be just a tad bit overpriced. Probably would drop them down personally to around plus 1,800 to plus 2,000, but I don't think they're that big of favorites to win the AFC because of how good, as I mentioned, some of those top-tier teams are in the AFC and especially in their division. I still think they are probably the third-place team. They did have a solid draft. They added a lot of good pieces. They added Eifert from Notre Dame, who's going to run, I guess, a two tight end set with Jermaine Gresham, which might be pretty effective in that division. So watch out, as the Bengals are a team on the rise, and they could be undervalued going into the season, which would mark for them great value game to game. However, right now, as sitting in that division still with the Super Bowl champions and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as a pretty improved Cleveland Browns team as well, along with the other top teams in the AFC, I do not think that the Cincinnati Bengals warrant a future odds bet right now. However, hold off until the preseason and the regular season, as we could see some value emerging when August and September roll around. So until then, thanks for joining me. I'm Jordan Sharp.